Hey everybody, Sandra here, Plant Rich Sandra, and we are at our Webster Eats to Live meeting tonight, and I'm about to demonstrate how to make homemade nut butter. And so what I have here is 3 different kinds of seeds and like 7 different kinds of nuts. Everything is raw and unsalted. The best way to eat nuts and seeds, raw and unsalted. And the only nut I couldn't find at the house was my raw and unsalted macadamias. I know I had a little package and I couldn't find them this afternoon. Normally, it's a really good idea to keep all of your seeds and your nuts in your freezer to avoid the growth of any mold, better than keeping them on a shelf. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have my Vitamix, which is just a very basic one. And I'm going to start by putting a little bit of several of these different nuts and seeds in there. You do actually need some in there before you can even get the blades to moving. So I'm just going to put like a quarter cup. And so the first thing I put in was the pepitas. I put the raw and unsalted. They happen to be organic too, but you don't have to do that. The pumpkin seeds first. And then I have here some, now it doesn't matter what nuts you use or seeds, it really doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to put some sunflower seeds in there. And then these are called hemp hearts, hemp seeds, and they're hulled, they're shelled, and they're so soft. And if you don't own a Vitamix, then these are great. If you have a Ninja or some other kind, that isn't, the high-powered, because hemp hearts are so incredibly soft, then they do not need the strength of a Vitamix, okay? So they are perfect for people that don't have a Vitamix. All right, at this point, let me go ahead and just see if I have enough in there just to get the ball rolling here with the blades, okay? So just see what I got going on here. Okay, so at first, it's just going to come out like powdery, and the longer you leave it in there, it's going to turn into buttery, the longer you leave it in there. All right, so now I'm going to add, just get here, this down. On this table. Okay, all right, so now I'm just going to add some pecans. I'm not adding a lot, okay? I'm just adding not even a half a cup. Okay, just a few in there. Move everything over there as I add them. All right, hazelnuts. Hey, how you doing tonight, Julie?
I'm good. I came straight from the airport.
Oh my goodness, girlfriend. Come on in. Okay. Trying to get my little fingernail. I don't have much fingernail. Judy, do you have fingernails?
I do.
Can you? Yeah, I can't seem to get my fingernail. I don't have any fingernails.
I don't want to be on video.
Oh.
Okay, which one?
It was the hazelnuts. I couldn't get my finger to separate the bag. Okay, next I have one of my favorites, which is Brazil nuts. Absolutely adore Brazil nuts. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so all I'm doing is just adding like not even a half a cup. And everything is raw and unsalted. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and do a little more mixing. And at first, it just comes out powdery, and then it gets more and more buttery. Keep going. Remember I was telling y'all about the pine nuts, the pignoli, and Dr. Furman does recommend the Mediterranean. These are probably the Chinese ones that aren't quite as nutritious, but these were some that I had in the freezer already. So, okay, so the pignoli, and then I have here some almonds. Okay, so that's 2 more, so let me do a little mix. I'm always nervous about overtaxing the motor, but according to Vitamix, all it will do is just shut itself down. It won't, so it should be all right. its thing, you know. It's gradually pulling the liquid, the moisture out, okay? So you don't need to do anything, but some, you know, instructions will tell you to add water, but then after you're done, you'll regret that you added water. Okay, so, you know, just let it go. And you can make a nut butter, you know, with a lower powered machine. You can, I've done it, but it's a long process. I did it with my Ninja, and it took a really long time.
Was that cashew or walnuts?
No, yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I just put walnuts in there and cashews, and now pistachios, raw and unsalted, which I can only find on Amazon. Every time I go to a store to look for raw unsalted, they're either toasted or they're salted, and they're flavored, and I never can find them, you know. Okay, so I think I have enough in there now. So, oh, and this is a tamper, and the blades are so low, the tamper can't reach the blades. So you're safe with the tamper, okay? You're not gonna hurt anything with it. If you do it less, you'll have chunky. And if you do it longer like I did, then you're gonna have creamy, plus it's warm. It's warm. Okay. Best crackers in the whole wide world, Mary's Gone Crackers.
And where'd you find those?
Publix, and definitely Publix. Maybe even Lucky's, I'm not really sure about Lucky's, but definitely Publix. And they come in like 4 or 5 different flavors. I do know that these originals are compliant. They're not all compliant because some of them have too much salt in them. But these are they do have salt, but it's very low sodium. So 13 of these is a serving. 13, okay? And when you get 13, you're gonna have 5 grams of fat because these are seed crackers. Okay, they're not flour, they're seed crackers, and they have 190 milligrams of sodium in 13 crackers, okay? So I thought that tonight this is the perfect time to try the nut butter is with these, you know. Also celery, but I thought we'd enjoy these more. Okay, all right, so if y'all wanna come grab however y'all wanna do that, and let's give this a shot. And I have spoons here, okay?
Can we get your chair?
I'm trying to stay off camera.
All right, so how about if I go first and then we'll turn that thing off? How about that?
Have you ever looked at the powder composition and used it that way?
Hang on one second, let me try
Oh,
this.
okay.
Oh, I've been waiting for this all freaking day.
I'll wait till the light goes down.
Okay, all I have to say is this, y'all are gonna have to take every bit of this home with y'all tonight, okay? Because if y'all don't,
You'll need
whatever
it?
is in the house is gonna be gone by tomorrow, so,
Well, the ones
okay?
that haven't ate dinner will.
So there you have it, nut butter with the magic of a glorious Vitamix, raw and unsalted, no peanuts, I don't eat peanuts anymore. And, okay, so give it a try. All right,
turn it
bye.
off?
Mhm.